Good evening, everyone. Tonight on CTV News, we will be bringing you updates to a bill put in motion to raise the legal age of nicotine purchases in Fort Collins.
Then, we will tell you about a series of thefts occurring around Fort Collins and get people's reactions to the snow and how they thought the city handled plowing.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jake Oskvarek.
And I'm Kenneth Frederick. Larimer County is considering raising the purchasing age of tobacco and nicotine products to 21 sometime in February. The proposal is meant to cut down on teen vaping in the county.
The Pruder School District was found to have an above-average amount of teen vaping, with about 30.8% of students reporting that they vape. These numbers startled officials as they were above the national average. This has prompted officials to combat underage vaping. The method they believe will work is to raise the purchasing age of nicotine and tobacco products to 21. Andrea Clement Johnson, the Director of Health Services, says the county plans to speak on the issue in the coming week.
So we'll be having a meeting with the municipal stakeholders later this week to just kind of talk about what's on the landscape for them, what they're already doing, what they're already interested in when it comes to tobacco and nicotine access for youth.
Smoke shop owners around campus are worried about the increase as it will seriously cut down on their business. They say that they are already strict enough on IDing people who come in.
I have had a few situations where I've had some underage come in, but I mean, it was easily caught.
As well as shop owners, students worry that the age increase will make an underground and completely unregulated market for nicotine products.
I'm sort of on the edge. Sort of my apprehensions are built around the same sort of thing that happened with the drug war, is it could, cause it to just all go underground. It could build that sort of underground market.
But county officials assure that they will be talking and planning on dealing with that issue, similar to how they have done with marijuana and alcohol.
And we want to have a legal way for people to obtain these products as long as they're available. I don't think it's probably going to be that much of a concern. We already have these systems in place.
As the story surrounding the increase of the purchasing age continues, you can find out more at larimer.org/policies/tobacco.
Winter storms disrupted the relative peace of our roads last week, and the snowplows went out to combat the ice on our busy streets.
Snowstorms, such as the one we had last Tuesday, make the roads a nightmare to drive on. The piling snow inevitably turns into ice overnight as the temperature drops, turning streets into ice rinks.
I have seen the conditions of the roads driving around with some friends, and certainly there's a lot of snow up here right now, and so I certainly think we could stand to have a better system in place.
The plow drivers for the city do what they can in an effort to clear parking lots and major traffic areas, but residential streets seem to go largely ignored, creating a frustrating situation for many residents.
I don't like to leave the house, and then it also, when I'm walking, I walk to the bus because I live in a townhome community. I could slip because there's ice everywhere because I don't actually plow it, so it's just sheets of ice, so it's inconvenient.
I feel like there can always be more efficiency and a better system, and roads always need improvement, and how we take care of them and deal with them always need improvement, especially to prevent potholes and stuff.
It is important for us to remember as citizens in Fort Collins that while the snowplows are vital to our snow removal, we can all also do our part to try and clear sidewalks and driveways.
CSU is working with faculty and other members of the larger Jewish community to create an action plan to combat anti-Semitism following recent acts of hate and bias on the CSU campus. Magdalena of One Health Institute and Caroline Aronis, a communications facility member at CSU, have led the charge with the action plan in hopes to educate people in order to prevent future acts of hate and bias from happening at CSU. Aronis said this about the action plan. The purpose of the action plan is to set an actual suggestion for the university to adopt in order to cope with current anti-Semitism on the campus and to prevent future incidents.
Fort Collins police released a statement saying there were thefts that took place at the Fort Collins Senior Center and Adora Pool Ice Center, where the CSU hockey teams play. In both cases, an unknown male suspect entered the men's locker room stealing personal items from people's lockers, including credit cards that were later used at local retail stores. Surveillance footage from both incidents shows a man and a woman were involved in the incidents. They were associated with two vehicles, a light-colored minivan and a Ford Super Duty truck. Anyone with any information on this is encouraged to contact CSU police.
Dennis Ojima, a professor in the CSU Department of Ecosystem Science and Sustainability, was named the president of the Ecological Society of America. The ESA is an organization of ecological scientists in charge of publishing peer-reviewed journals as well as resources for other people to use. Ojima said this about being awarded the position. It is a really great honor. I've been part of the Ecological Society of America since I was a graduate student at CSU. They've been super supportive of the ecological research, so to be elected as president really is quite an honor and a treat. Ojima received his PhD from CSU in 1987 and returned as faculty in 1999.
With final season coming up and increased levels of stress, students are more susceptible to illness around this time of year. Trending similarly as it has in the past few years, the CSU Health Network has seen an increase in the amount of flu vaccines it has given in the past year. The Health Network offers all students flu shots and has given out over 2,800 shots this academic year, an 11% increase from last year. Students can learn more about immunizations on the CSU Health Network website.
The CSU bus is operating again for the 2019-2020 school year, this time with even more trips for students and faculty. The bus offers 13 round trips to 7 different ski resorts for students and now faculty as well. The bus seats 42 students and 12 faculty, and both can purchase one ticket for people not affiliated with CSU. Tickets cost $30 for faculty and $20 for students.
After 50 years of operation at its College Avenue location, Mellow Yellow Smoke Shop will close its doors for good on the first of the year. Following an owner transition, the store will move all of its inventory to the Greeley Mellow Yellow location. The new owner cited a population and business increase in the area as a reason for moving the location. When the store opened, Fort Collins had a population of 43,000 compared to the current 165,000 people living here.
Old Town Fort Collins can be a pretty busy place this time of year, and parking around the area can be difficult. Patrons traveling downtown on the weekends can worry less about this now that the city has expanded free parking to include Saturdays in all Old Town garages, in addition to the free parking offered on Sundays and holidays. The garages included will be in the Old Town Garage located at 100 Remington Street, Firehouse Alley Garage at 160 Chestnut Street, and the Civic Center Garage at Mason and LaPorte.
Well, one person I really hope can manage to find a parking spot this year is Santa.
It's that time of year, that's right, Jake. And I heard you actually do something, from my understanding, for Santa's friends.
You know, every year since I was a little kid, I used to put glitter in oatmeal and leave it out on the driveway as reindeer food, so that way the reindeer knew exactly where to land.
Did you ever do anything like that?
I've never heard of that.
That's my
first
first time hearing.
Seriously,
about
just
that
me,
well.
guys?
I never heard of anything like that. But it is that time of year, and I'm sure most of you have heard the song, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. And well, I found this to be very true this past weekend. Santa and his friends will be around Fort Collins a lot this December. Fort Collins takes on Black Friday weekend with a few special guests.
Christmas!
The Bath Garden and Nursery welcomes Santa and 2 of his real live reindeer.
So we have Santa come in, he's going to be here for 3 weekends, and then we have the reindeer out front too. They're brought down from a farm in Wyoming. And so yeah, we just have like all the kids lined up, we have hot cider, popcorn, and so it's just a really fun family event, you know, very festive and just kind of gets everybody in the mood for Christmas and stuff. So.
The Fort Collins community has learned to love the idea of this annual event.
we've been doing this event for a really long time, and so a lot of people will like kind of make it a tradition, come in with their family. They've been doing it for years. So I think that's one of the coolest parts is just getting to see people like coming back year after year, and it's cool to be like a part of their tradition too. So I like that about it.
The kids love seeing Santa and his reindeers, and the parents love seeing Black Friday deals on the Christmas decorations. If you're a child at heart like me, you too can meet these special guests, and you just need to visit bathgardencenter.com. But don't go anywhere just yet, Rams. I will be back after the break with the last Tuesday entertainment segment for this semester.